So today's question is, what is the point of living longer if we can't be active and fully engaged, right? So this is something that takes effort, and the actions you take today will impact the rest of your life, and it is never too late to start. So today I thought I would talk about bone density, osteopenia, osteoporosis. For those of you that have been diagnosed, you know what that is. For those that haven't been, it's when our bones begin to become porous, which makes them brittle and more apt to break. And sometimes it could be stress fractures, but we need to do things to support our bone health and our joint health. So, for a lot of women, bone density starts to decrease after 30, and it's like 1% annually. And then once you reach menopause, it's 2% annually. And that may sound pretty hopeless, but I'm here to tell you that it isn't. I went through menopause naturally when I was 37. And so I was already behind the 8 ball when we're talking about bone density. I was diagnosed with osteopenia, which is the first stage. And, the first option was to go on these medications. And I started on that, but then I met with a compounding pharmacist, and he explained that what these medications do is they actually cause a false positive. They do harden the outside of the bone. But when you see the cross section, the inside is still porous. So that's not the route that I chose to go. I chose a totally different one. So mine was all about lifestyle and nutrition. We need to exercise, right? But not just cardio, right? We need strength training and resistance, and we need low impact. And what does that look like? It can be jumping jacks. It can be power walking. And, if you can't do jumping jacks, maybe knee bends, just anything that will impact our joints gently. We don't have to do something that's really going to, make us sore or hurt us. And you can start slow and build up to it. But what is optimal? Optimal is about 150 minutes a week. So what's that look like? That is about 30 minutes, 5 times a week. Can we do that? I believe we can. Can we start at 10 minutes for 5 days a week? Absolutely. Start and then build on it, because it will make a difference, right? So then after that, we want to look at nutrition. We need vitamins and minerals for sure, but we're going to talk about calcium for this conversation because we're talking about our bones. However, calcium is not just about our bones and our teeth. It's also our heart, it's our muscles, it's our nerve functions. So calcium is really, really important. We basically need between 1,000 and 1,200 milligrams a day. So if you're not getting that from your diet, then you need to consider supplements. And make sure it's a quality supplement. Don't go to a box store where you're not sure of whether you're getting what it really says. Are there a lot of fillers in it? You want to be cautious. It's worth the little bit extra to buy a quality supplement, no matter what type of supplements it is. The other thing we want to look at is inflammation. Inflammation can break down the cartilage and contribute to joint pain and swelling. So consider an anti-inflammatory diet. Things like lean protein, fiber that you would get in certain fruits and vegetables and whole grains. And then we need healthy fats, like olive oil and foods containing the omega-3s, certain fish and nuts and seeds, those things. You also want to avoid or limit ingredients that are processed. And that means meats and carbs. So you want to look at both of those. You want to avoid fried foods. You want to avoid saturated fats. I know this seems like a lot of information and a lot of effort, but trust me, I'm in my 70s, and to be able to live medication-free and pain-free and be active is worth the effort that we need to put into it. So if you would like to learn more of how to have that healthy lifestyle and also biohack your health for longevity, that's what I do. That biohack is just something that really just makes everything else work better. So message me or schedule a discovery call, which is free, and let's discuss this. I would love to have that conversation with you. So that's it for today, and I will talk to you soon.